One man took a team that almost went bankrupt and turned them into a machine that won the league 4 times in 5 years. Another man was so intense, he once got sent to the stands for yelling at a water bottle. Today, you're going to meet the men who built English football's biggest empires. And by the end, you'll understand exactly why people still argue about who's the greatest. Quick reality check before we start. A manager in football is basically the head coach, but it's bigger than that. He picks the players, designs the strategy, and controls the entire mood of the club. Think of him as a mix between an NFL head coach and a CEO. Get this wrong, and even a team full of superstars will collapse. Let's start with the man almost everyone agrees is number 1, Alex Ferguson. He managed one club, Manchester United, for 26 years. 26! That's longer than some players' entire careers. In that time, he won 13 league titles. For comparison, most successful coaches in any sport are lucky to win 3 or 4 championships in their whole life. Here's the part that surprises people. Ferguson wasn't just tactically brilliant, he was terrifying. Players talk about something called the hairdryer treatment, where he'd scream at your face so close you'd feel the heat of his breath. Sounds brutal, right? But it worked. His teams almost never gave up, even when losing in the final minutes. That mental toughness became his signature. Now, here's a twist. The manager many experts say was actually more tactically advanced than Ferguson, never even won the Premier League with his most famous team. His name is Arsene Wenger. In 2004, he did something that sounds fake. His Arsenal team went an entire 38-game season without losing a single match, not one loss. It's called the Invincibles, and to this day, no team has repeated it. Imagine going an entire NFL season, including playoffs, without one loss. That's the scale of what happened. Wenger also changed football forever off the pitch. He introduced strict diets, science-based training, and data analysis decades before it became trendy. Basically, he turned football into a science experiment, and everyone eventually copied his homework. Now, let's talk about intensity, because nobody brought more of it than Jurgen Klopp. Klopp took over Liverpool in 2015 when the club hadn't won the league in 25 years. 25 years of heartbreak. He introduced a style called gegenpressing, which is just a fancy way of saying his team chases down the ball the second they lose it, like a pack of wolves that refuses to let their prey escape. It's exhausting to watch, and even more exhausting to play against. In 2020, Klopp finally won Liverpool their league title. The city hadn't celebrated like that in a generation. And here's the fun fact most people miss. Klopp is famous for hugging absolutely everyone. Players, fans, even the physiotherapist. Somehow, the most emotional manager in the league became one of the most successful. Then there's Pep Guardiola, the manager who basically turned football into chess. Guardiola's teams passed the ball with insane precision, sometimes making 30 passes before even attempting a shot. Critics used to call it boring. Then he started winning Premier League titles like it was easy, lifting the trophy multiple times with Manchester City. His secret weapon isn't emotion like Klopp, it's control. He wants the ball on his terms every single second of the match. Here's something wild. Guardiola once benched one of the best goalkeepers in the world simply because the guy couldn't pass well enough with his feet. That's how obsessed he is with control. So who's actually the greatest? Ferguson has the most trophies, Wenger has the most legendary unbeaten record, Klopp has the emotional resurrection story, Guardiola has redefined how football is even played. There's no single right answer, and honestly, that's what makes this debate so addictive. Here's the real takeaway. Great managers aren't just tacticians, they're psychologists, scientists, and sometimes even therapists for grown men who cry after losing a game of ball. Football isn't just 11 players running around a field. It's a chess match controlled by men on the sidelines who shape entire generations of fans. If this made football finally click for you, even a little bit, hit subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from.